نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned in a beautiful hadith that the best of the wedding is the one that has the least expenses. The marriage or the wedding which has the least amount of financial strain or expenditure will be the most preferable. So, to spend a lot of money on wedding, to invite too many people, take loan for it, make it look very posh and appealing to others, to embellish it with so many things around it which are not going to benefit anyone other than the looks with regards to clothing, the ambience, the place, venue has to be of that level. There must be a lot of things around it in order to look it pleasing to eyes, but not actually giving any physical benefit. All these are wasteful things, and one should try and avoid it. إن المبذرين كانوا إخوان الشيطان شياطين. Those who are spendthrifts are the siblings of shaitan. So we should try and avoid any extravagance. Simplicity is deeply rooted in Islamic teaching. One should try and cut down on any expenses. The likes of Sayyidina Abdul Rahman ibn Auf, who is the fifth or sixth person to accept Islam and is from the 10 people who were given the glad tidings. The way he did his wedding, and he's the closest friend of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that he didn't even invite him. He didn't even take any advice from him. He went out, did his nikah, came back, and upon return, even then he didn't tell Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In fact, when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam saw him and asked him about where has he been for the last 2-3 days, and what was that stain on his clothes, he said, "Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I went to do my nikah. MashaAllah, that's very good. So what about walima?" Then he said, "Okay." Then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told him or advised him to arrange for walima, and he arranged for a good da'wat, which is a banquet for people to be aware of his wedding, and that's how it should be. So no expenses, and he was a rich man, by the way. He was so rich that in certain battles he would give like 50 kilograms of gold. So he was really a quite prosperous businessman. When he migrated from Mecca, he didn't have anything. Then he had a lot of blessings in his business, mashallah. So even then, the life was simple. People would not do anything that would not be befitting for the community that they are in. You spend that much money, someone else would think, we can't afford that much. What do? We have to outdo them. We have to match up with them in the community. Or they would stop seeing you because they cannot live up to your standards. They would have jealousy against you. Why should we do such things? Since we have money, we can do it. No, that's not the way. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam actually told us to not even waste water by washing our limbs more than 3 times. Now this is wudu. And he said, even if you are by the sea, even if you are by the river bank, means you have got plenty of water to your disposal. You can just use it, no problem. Even then, don't waste water. So it's not about that you have enough money to waste. It's not that you have saved a lot of money that you can waste now. Not at all. Whatever you have, you will be accountable for that. ثم لتسألن يومئذ عن النعيم. And definitely, most definitely, you will ask about all the blessings, all the favors that Allah has given you on that day. So be ready and prepared for that, not to waste anything. Even a breadcrumb shouldn't be wasted. And when we have such expensive clothes for the bride and the groom, that no one perhaps ever use it because they're so heavy and so, you know, fancy that you can't wear it on a normal day. They would look one of the oddest person there. So people find it useless to be ever worn again. So are we waiting and wasting that much money on just few hours? Subhanallah. If that is the situation, we shouldn't wonder why we are in this state that we are in. May Allah give us tawfiq to understand the mizaj of Sharia, the idea, the understanding of Sharia, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would want us to play. Who are we in this world? Why are we here? We are in prison, and yet our attitude is as though we are in palace. Subhanallah. We must learn to behave properly, otherwise we would continue to be in the situation that we are in. May Allah give us some wisdom, some understanding of Sharia. And this is all show off for the sake of people. What would they say? We didn't do that much, we didn't spend that much. So we are doing it for others, not for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What a shameful thing. May Allah give us tawfiq to understand.